fact that there's a carry though means that the beefier members like the Glue or the Uranus don't really come to mind just yet.
So do you think that Arlet is fixed for Rasi?
Not yet.
Not yet. And that's what they're trying to use.
Alright.
Will
Geek
Lapu Lapu
though.
come out though? Because Luke likes Lapu Lapu.
That's what I was thinking, but I was thinking Lapu Lapu for Pi.
Yeah. If Geek Fam don't pick it up, I guess Alter Ego could definitely take it away. So the deny will happen here with the Lapu Lapu. And the Brody for Chidera. I like this, man. They want to try to now maybe play for the Brody. Strong side Chidera, something we haven't seen in a while. Up against the carry, this is pretty good.
With the backup of the Minotaur and the Roam potentially coming in from the Vexana and Fredrin as well, even the pressure from the other lanes will be quite mitigated for the side of Geek. So for Alter Ego, the final pick right here to lock everything in, without the Lapu Lapu, Terizla,
Yuzong,
Yuzong,
or Ruby.
Ooh,
but so
Does
much
Glue
anti-CC.
not work?
oh Glue,
Blue could actually work, yeah. Blue would be a pretty solid
Terizla,
pick.
okay.
Okay.
So they want more AoE, they want more decisive ways to really start a fight. They can match Beloyski, or even counter Beloyski's. I think it's pretty even for now though. I think the real deciding, when it is usually this even, usually the decider comes from the mid lane here. Whether or not they can get a lot of damage out in the early game, whether they can use the utility efficiently.
Let's take a look at the counter index. 0.5 in favor of Alter Ego. And lineup rating too. So it's not that far apart. In a way, there are different tools that both teams can utilize. In the late game, there's definitely some prowess in Alter Ego because they have the Arlet and the carry, but in the late game, Geek also has the Vexana. So to close this out, ladies and gentlemen, the story of family for both of these teams. The Geek community, the family values in Alter Ego. Let's see whose values come out on top as we go and dive into the Land of Dawn for the final game of day number 2 of MPLID Season 13.
It's time for Hazel and Taz to battle it out once again. And so far this series, it's been Hazel who's been coming out on top when it comes to that retreat battle. Let's see if Taz can turn it around because Taz has had an amazing first 2 weeks. Could it be possibly the time for Hazel to take that spotlight?
Taz ran out of fuel to try and make the plays happen. Now in the mid lane against a Vexana though, it's gonna be a bit more difficult. And I can oh, actually, Taz was able to get the litho right there. We'll see if they can use the Boxia's mobility to try and dictate, you know, more events around the map. If you're looking at the emblems right here, Rasi with the thrill still, trying to go for a bit more damage. Nino going with the firmness along with the Festival of Blood, so sustain and tankiness, going all in without trying to get any more extra bits of damage, knowing that he's going to require it going against Chidera with the Master Assassin and Rupture.
I'm wondering what Pi on Terizla wouldn't go for something crazy like what we saw from the Lapu Lapu earlier, right?
Fury Hammer is as crazy as it gets, I think, for the Terizla.
And you don't really need a lot more, because even with just the emblem, you sustain a lot more HP than you would think, actually, even without like a Bloodlust Axe. So going for more tankiness is a lot more valuable. And HP pool also does well for the Terizla due to the passive, right? When you can take less damage, the less HP you have.
Look at that rush though. Dreadnought armor straight. Doesn't even go for any boots. 0 mobility right now, but Dreadnought armor. So he knows he's going to be part of a fight very soon.
Almost like it's right on cue right here, but Cry does show himself doing some poke damage. Is it going to be another full-on head-on collision? Because I think Geek Fam have more AoE to try and stun up.
Rossi in the back. Oh, 2-man stun. Eternal Guard locking him down. Penalty zone. Dodge away from Luke in the midst of it all. Still with the Raven Spider. Locking Luke down. And Luke jumps in over to Taz. First blood over to Paido. Luke doesn't get enough damage on the Taz. The Curse Blast right there. Used up already. And now it's going to be Hazel who's caught isolated. The big bump doesn't happen in Pi. Woo. He doesn't have the craziest of builds. Not a bit of damage at all. But the Dreadnought armor has given him enough. That's a triple from Sirpai.
That's insane. It's only been like a few seconds into the game and already for the first neutral objective, Pi creates a statement that big. However, Geek Fam was still able to secure the neutral objective.
I mean, traded in for 4 kills, technically, I think it's still very much valuable for Alter Ego. The fact that he just went for the Dreadnought without boots, when you're going in all in the fight without trying to escape out afterwards, who cares? He just stands his ground and tries to sustain as much as possible. And Geek, we're stuck trying to deal with him. That's the power of Terizla, even before when he was so meta. The fact they can just dive in the back line and buy so much time due to their tankiness.
But the thing was, Luke was trying to do the same thing onto Taz, but he still managed to escape. So the same attempt, but not so much value for Geek.
I think that's the case, especially for Geek. Luke can go for some stun, some damage as well, but he doesn't have the same kind of sustain, the same kind of tankiness that Terizla brings. But look at that, Rossi!
Gee, Rossi. 3 ultimates. Minions Fury, Eternal Guard, he was ping-ponged, knocked up and down, all around.
That seems a bit personal, man.
I
Not
think
gonna
it
lie.
probably is, man.
Well, all right then. Look at this convergence to the bottom side, though. Nino trying to play it safe, but against 4 people, is it even possible?
Looks like he's holding it out with a backup coming in from Taz as well as Rossi here.
The lockdown 2, the final slash for Nino to just deal enough damage, shred him down. No Fredrin, and the turtle spawns in. Up top, there's a bit of a fight. Rossi, very low, flickers out the safety. Beloyski still waiting on a Minions Fury cooldown. It's not going to be up right now. Chidera goes to return upon memory, but Taz secures the neutral objective. Astral Echo on a 2, Beloyski. Defensive dash out. Chidera with a flicker out too.
So essentially, in terms of neutral objective trades, it's 1-to-1. But Alter Ego, because of the way that things unfolded in the early game, they are holding at a 2,300 gold lead, and Nino is shredding through that gold. It's taken out at minute number 5, but I think they're going to get this turret in the bottom side. That's another objective here for Alter Ego.
So Geek Fam lost all the control, lost the turtle and the turret off the fact that they went for an invade and it just didn't play out the way they thought. That's how fast things can shift in the Land of Dawn. Now with the control though, both teams go for a swap right here, which means that the EXP lane once again have a lot to say in the next engagement near the neutral objective, and Pi with a 3-kill lead will definitely try and make a play happen.
Beloyski is caught here, nailed down as well. Minions Fury by Beloyski knocks 2 up. A boy here with Eternal God 3-man on the counterpart memory. A boy takes Rossi out. What looked to be a great initiation, a great pickoff. Turned around quick.
More damage over time for the side of Alter Ego. The burst coming from Geek Fam though, what allows them to really turn it around. A boy on the Vexana rushing the Enchanted Talisman, so he wants more spells out instead of the damage, knowing that, you know, with all these fighters around, there is enough damage to supplement the crowd control that he can bring out. He favors more Eternal Guards and more grips instead to terrify the members of Alter Ego to really ruin their movements and maneuvers in the middle of a big team fight.
And now it looks like Geek was able to get that turret in the top side, so they are trying to still support Chidera in the gold lane. We talked about the emphasis in the gold lane in this particular game, and Beloyski is showing his attention towards that area. There is rotations happening now for Geek. You can see Chidera is moving towards this mid side. And this is going to be a 5v4 team fight if Nino doesn't come.
Oh, flicker for flicker, burned down, but 2 ultimates for Alter Ego used up. Those are the initiating ultimates. For Alter Ego, they will not have a source of initiation unless Rossi just jumps in. Beloyski will be the first to go on over to Taz right now. But it's Fury as well. Chidera is the one who picks it up. And now they look for the disengage. 2-man taunt from Hazel over to Taz and Pi. Ravens Fighter with a bonk, but Nino dodges away from it. Eternal Guard in the back with Rossi. Jumps in for the vengeance as well. Oh, the final slash, 3-man! Not back around, but it's still Geek Fam who win out in the trade.
There was no follow-up to that final slash.
There was crowd control, but not enough damage for sure from the side of Alter Ego, especially with the ultimates not up just yet. That will be Alter Ego taking a bit of a loss, having the gold advantage equalized as well. Now Geek will be looking for more plays around, and with the turrets on the top and bottom side, the first turret's taken down, they're going to try and find ways to flank over, especially in that mid turret, man. If Cry overextends right there, there could be a very solid dive orchestrated with the crowd control that Geek Fam has.
For sure, and that's the danger of it. If we take a look at the spells that they opted for, did he go for Purify? That was close.
That was pretty close.
But no, Craig goes for Flicker here. The only Purify is on Nino.
Yeah, no Purify on Mr. Pi as well. And that's why, he flickers forward into the back, but still is going to be melted down. Still able to sustain for a bit. Mr. Pi with a mega kill, he turns it around. And a Brazier's Wrath from Hazel doesn't end up with anything for them. It's Chidera and Beloy. Pi survives and outplays them. Wow.
That is an insane amount of sustain, an insane amount of tankiness to take the full brunt of Geek Fam's combos and live to tell the tale, opting to go forward and then still swinging around with the... He's trying to sustain by using his skills onto the minion wave. That was very well played by Pi, extending his lead a bit more now. I think that EXP lane pressure is definitely still being exerted by Pi.
So risky though, right? It could have gone a different way, but you're right. 4-0-2 on Pi so far. Not a single life given over to Geek Fam by him. As you can now see,
4-man Astral Echo reveals enough for Alter Ego to be comfortable in this position. It's a shot down to Hazel. He's now taken down half HP, pops that regen, tries to go forward to sustain. And now, Beloyski, 2-man knock over to Malin's Fury and Eternal Guard, but Pi jumps in with a penalty zone in the back, now taunted up and poked down. Turn apart Memory to poke him down even more. Turret destroyed in the mid lane. Alter Ego managed that better.
Pai's really low though. He's forced to recall. Does Alter Ego have what it takes to buy enough time before he comes back in? Because like you mentioned earlier on, he's a main initiator.
50-50 red tree battle. Who's gonna win it? Right here is Hazel. Now with a taunt over to Taz, but Nino in the back doing work with Rossi. It's a boy taken down. Now it's Chidera trying to run away. Hazel with the Brazier's Wrath onto Krite, but he's all alone, isolated. Luke, Bravest Fighter, that's a taunt down over to Rossi. Luke with the Bravest Fighter finds 3, but he's unable to look for the full Bravest Fighter slashes, and he gets outplayed. Krite with a snipe over to Hazel.
That's a 4-0 trade. Alter Ego, they're pushing forward. They lost the Lord, but they have all the space in the world. What a snipe by Krite. The highlight onto him here.
I believe that was blind. There's no way that vision all the way under the turret of Geek Fam. He just shot it out in that direction and he lands it. Such a value moment there for Alter Ego. Knowing that when it comes to crowd control and setup, there's no way they can win out against Geek Fam. But when it comes to the cleanup afterwards, they have full confidence. That was a great moment for Nino to just catch up as well. Let's take a look at the replay presented by the official smartphone of the tournament, Samsung Galaxy. Oh, this is the fight after. This looked so good, but he gets stunned there by Rossi. Wow. That's so good. That's why crowd control is so important when both teams are willing to go for insane plays like that. It was blind. That's where the crowd control just forces them to stand still. Because otherwise, like Pi earlier, if you don't lock him down, he just makes insane plays happen.
Game sense. That was insane. A 3K gold lead now for Alter Ego. That instant shift in momentum built just on the back foot of that team fight. It looks like now Alter Ego are scouting out the map, but with this 3K gold lead, what differences do we see from both of the teams?
Well, now Nino is a 1K gold ahead, and he has the whole core item, the Corrosion Scythe, Golden Staff, and Demon Hunter Sword. So his DPS is definitely an issue, unless Geek Fam can send someone to really move forward. But the fact that their damage is so instant-based, it's not really a constant flow, it means Nino just has to watch out for those big spells and dash out of the way. Meanwhile, Chidera went for the Demon Hunter Sword instead, so he's trying to find ways to melt through Pi, melt through Taz. But at this point, it's looking like they're going to be a bit too tanky to be taken out by Geek Fam before Nino can take out the front lines of Geek Fam.
And to make it all worse, Nino has won now. So, just in case, right, he gets caught in a bad position, like Krite is right now.
It's like a prediction from Beloyski. My God, did you see that?
He's styling, showing the big brain Beloyski plays. As a result, though, one tower taken on top. I would say Alter Ego will find it worth it, but Geek Fam at this point will take whatever they can find. can't be choosers right now when they're this far behind.
What do they do? I mean, it's still really close. Obviously, Luke can still make a big play, but they have to be aware that Nino already has that wind of nature.
They have to try and find ways to really catch Nino, shut him down. Even if everyone else is doing damage, I think it's still worth it with the sustain available to them. The damage from Pi and Taz maybe can be negligible. It's the damage from Nino or Krite that they have to be really aware of.
That's the thing. Aboy needs to find a position, I guess. I guess he's the saving grace here against Nino. Try to burst him down, get him low enough to zone him out of this team fight, but Krite goes in.
Oh, no final slash. MPLIDS13 look for an opening right now. Hazel has the right opening. That's going to be the knockup, and the Eternal Guard to take Taz down. That's a free retry for Hazel, but in the back, Chadera is going to be taken very, very low. Still able to get the Terrorfight from Aboy, and Chadera has a photo. Flask of the Oasis, that's a shutdown over, and Lucas zoned Nino enough. Now they're looking for the pin down. Hazel hits the wall there. Oh, Boy with a flicker. Rasti with a sidestep. Jumps back in with a vengeance, gets knocked up, and the Curse Blast takes him out with the help of Hazel. It's Geek Fam with an all-out win.
That is just unfortunate for them. Especially the fact that Nino came in with the ultimate trying to burst down Luke, I believe. But then his basic attacks all went to the Lord and kind of helped Geek Fam take it instead. Both teams they're just zoning each other, but Nino with the shorter range is just finding it a lot more difficult to really catch up to the members of Geek Fam trying to kite away from him.
The Astro Sphere by Krite was used in towards the bottom side of the map now.
Oh.
That means MPLIDS13 can just go for the flicker. Nino forced back instantly. Pi isolated and a stun to Taz to stop him from preventing an all-out fight. Geek Fam won it. They see the end in their eyes. An Astral Echo on 3. They're looking to manage these waves, but the base turret in the bottom lane will be taken down. A Curse Blast and a Terrify over to Taz now with Chadera flickering forward and Sword of Our Memory, but Taz gets to the fountain in time, gets some HP, a stun onto Luke from Rasi.
Is this it?
It might be. Taz holding the way with the shield unity down. That's going to be a taunt in the final splash, but Eternal Guard knocks them down. There's no one who can die. Chadera and his free hitting in the back. Nino doing the same thing, but now gets stunned over by Luke, and they end the game. A massive upset. Geek Fam have risen. The winning moment by Samsung Galaxy. My God.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Proof that anything can happen in the land of Dawn. After so much doubt on them for the first 2 weeks, they come out on top of a team that was #1 on the standings for 2 weeks.
Wow, man, the Famunity prevails. In a war between families, there can only be one. And the Geeks have done it against all odds, against everyone's expectations. They show their Famunity proud.